looky, what do we have here? I don't know, probably the best morning show ever hit the atmosphere. Let's be clear, there's plenty others that do it B.I.G., but keeping it a buck though, none to get you up though like G&G. With all the news and real point of views you can use, light and heavy topics we peruse, even a laugh or two. What you talking? Good morning, gang, be the issue, and take your friends and them can and all come on in, tune in. You ain't gonna want them in state, and even the chosen haters that hate us, we end up being their favorite. Cause from 8 to 10, we get it in, believe that. I mean, from where else could you go when you a part of the show? Definitely GMG, cause when you show love, we show love back. First thing in the morning, we get you through, so after the yawning, wash up and wipe your face, get your snack to come on in, get comfy, but most importantly, in all caps. Looky, what do we have here? I don't know, probably the best morning show ever hit the atmosphere. Let's be clear, there's plenty others that do it B.I.G., but keeping it a buck though, none to get you up though like G&G. With all the news and real point of views you can use, light and heavy topics we peruse, even a laugh or two. What you talking? Good morning, gang, be the issue, and take your friends and them can and all come on in, tune in. You ain't gonna want them in state, and even the chosen haters that hate us, we end up being their favorite. Cause from 8 to 10, we get it in, believe that. I mean, from where else could you go when you a part of the show? Definitely GMG, cause when you show love, we show love back. First thing in the morning, we get you through, so after the yawning, wash up and wipe your face, get your snack to come on in, get comfy, but most importantly, in all caps.
Looky, what's up with it? It's your boy, Big Phil Speaks, and this be the Good Morning Gang Morning Show, brought to you by myself, Big Phil Speaks, and the good GMG, that Good Money Gang, where I not only be a client, but the president. Listen, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, beautiful day in the neighbor. Listen, could you, will you be mine? Listen, it's been a wonderful, blessed weekend. You know, a lot of turmoil, a lot of changes, a lot of heartbreak. But up above it all, it's been a blessed, wonderful weekend. And guess what? The fact that you're here to even watch this on a Monday morning, a holiday morning at that, is even more of a blessing, huh? You're able to open your eyes, use your extremities, pause, be blessed and be thankful in it, because there's a lot of people that didn't make it upon today. Yes, so make the best of the day and plan, plot, strategize, so that if you're so blessed to see tomorrow, you make it an even better one than the day. That part right there. Listen, who we got in the building? Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Young Dread, salute, GMG. Papa True Guns, what's up, nephew, in the building. That home team, that GMG, that Moderation King. Southeast Slimmy is Night Riders in the building. Bab Wilson, good morning to ye. Des and D Super, 1/3 of that good HR team is in the building. A Kisses, GMG is in the building, baby. Listen, J-Man, another third of the HR team is in the building. Listen, hey, look, J-Man has started already. It's all right. I'm going to take my lashes for what had happened yesterday, with my Cowboys. We'll get there. We'll get there. Rest up. Was Goody like the mob? Look, they going in on your boy. They going in on your boy. Vino Diva, good morning to you from that good old West Coast, the Yay area. Listen. Nikki always blessed. Hey, good morning to ye. Good morning. Talking about epic. Oh, look, y'all are haters. Y'all are haters, and you know it. Clap your face. Wow! Huh? Who else we got in the building before we get going? Stop capping everything dead. What's Goody like the mob, huh? Feel crying right now doing the intro. Never. Paggy Reek, reeking of that good pack. What's up, home team? Salute. Donnell G in the place to be, GMG. Huh? J-Man, you bugged out. Pittsburgh Hustler 4112 in the building. Jeannie Miles, good morning to you. She says a laundry day. Listen, hopefully you're listening to us to get you through the laundry. Shalom, good morning to you. Good morning. Nisha Lachey, she done came around the way. Hey, good morning. Yeah, all right. Frank Murphy, my uptown compadre. Good morning, salute. My good TKBS Nation compadre, Michelangelo, and the home team. He's in the building. Good morning. Happy birthday. They filled the comments on, man. Yeah, they is. Notorious, she's in the building. Huh? Oh, the Night Rider. No, Night Rider. Not the Cowboys deactivated. Damn it. Listen. Sequoia, hey, good morning, Sequoia Wilkins. She's in the building. Yo, me, yo, my. I would have canceled the show. I could never. Listen, I stand on business and I stand on my square. That's all right. Next year, we going to be right there. Listen. 757 Buzz. Maybe next year, maybe not. Damn it. D Blade, good morning to ye. From down that Texas way. You feel me? Y'all in the building. Listen. Where should I start? Where should I go first? Should I start on some somber news? Should I start on some depressing news? Or should I go somewhere inspiring? What should I do first? Erica Vital. Hey, good morning to ye. Good morning. Look, y'all are wrong. Y'all are so wrong. Damian Samuel. Y'all are wrong to me. Why y'all doing me like that? Why y'all doing me like that? I knew I had it coming. I knew it. Listen. I make no excuses. I make no excuses. All the Cowboys are lactose intolerant all of a sudden. I promise it start with it. Let me go ahead and get my lashes up out the way. You hear me? Let me go ahead and get my whooping. You know what I'm talking about? Back in the days when you knew your mom and your pop was coming home, you done did something, and then they got that phone call. You already know what it's about to be. Listen, let me get mine out the way. Go ahead, hit the bell. Hit the bell. Here's the bell. ZZ, I see you in the building. Listen. Oh, Lord, it's been a crazy wild card weekend to start the playoffs off. Damn. Why? Listen, the Texans murdered the Browns 45-14. The Dolphins got punished by the Chiefs 26-7. The Lions overcame the Rams by 1, 24-23. Tonight, We got the Philadelphia Eagles going against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They will be in Tampa Bay. And tonight, later on this afternoon, we got the Steelers going at the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. Now the game y'all all want to get on me about. The game y'all want to all get on me about. Forget what that score looked like. The Packers punished the Cowboys. The Packers punished the Cowboys. No, mama, no. Mama, no. The Packers punished the Cowboys. Now, I'm going to play y'all something. I'm going to play y'all a little something that was sent to me. Y'all tag Gilly. Y'all tag Gilly and tell him, get up off my Cowboys like that. Pause. Leave my squad alone. You ain't have to do us like that.
I just want to take this time to have a moment of silence for the 2023 Cowboys. Okay, now at this service, we gonna bring up Brother Walter Anderson. Yeah, Brother Walter's gonna sing a solo. How do I say goodbye to what we've had? The good times that made us laugh outweigh the bad. I thought we get to see tomorrow. You're not, nigga. You going home.
Y'all tell Gilly he ain't had to do that to your boy. He didn't have to do that to them boys. Dak Prescott, you Bama nugger. Man, you need glasses or something. You need them goggles they wear in the goddamn NBA so you can see. Throwing all them damn intercepts and bullshiggery ass passes. What happened to the ground game? The running. Y'all made the Packers look like they was like that, like they was the team to beat this year. Cowboys, y'all made the Packers look like they was one of them ones, and they wasn't. But they was yesterday, damn it. Ow. Lord have to the mercy. Lord have to the mercy. Why? And I knew upon the day if I was to do, I started to call out today, but I said, no, man, gonna stand up in the square. You know I'm talking about, put his hands up, take that ass whooping like a champion. And I be him, Big Phil speaks. Y'all better act like y'all know, huh? Man, trash. They was trash. Charlie Hustle, good morning to ye. Man, listen. I don't know what y'all come to do. I come to cry about my Cowboys. Listen, it's all right. It's another year coming. Listen, Dak, you ain't going to Disney this year. Your ass going to some other team. You better be. Huh? I'm saying it, damn it. Dak, you wag, nigga. When it comes to the pressure, you bust like pipes, pause. Erica Vitale, yes, I'm definitely a Cowboys fan. What you talking? I'm definitely a Cowboys fan. I've been a Cowboys fan ever since I can remember football. And coming up, Tony Dorsett was in the backfield. And once from the moment I could pick up a football, I could run that thing just like Tony Dorsett, spin off of, hit the hole, pause, jump over people trying to attack. Man, listen, all of that. Got a new bag called Dak. Listen, smoke up. Have you ever saw a cowboy cry? Listen. I never seen a man cry till I seen the Cowboys die. Why? Y'all are haters. Why y'all roasting and ranking me? While y'all are roasting and ranking me, get them likes up for your boy. That's the least you can do. It's free. It won't cost you a thing. If you can't see where the thumbs up and thumbs down are, exit out of the super chat. Out of the chat, if you will. Hit that X. Boop, boop, hit that thumbs up for your boy. Boop, boop. And while you at it, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Boop, boop. And more importantly, take your plucking finger. You know, back in school, when you used to try to flux my ear, fuck out. You take that plucking finger like that, and you see where that bell is, that notification bell. You hit that joint, so you'll be in the know. You'll be first in the know whenever the Good Morning Gang morning show drops 8 to 10 Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Whenever Feel the Love Fridays drop 8 to 10 p.m. on Fridays, or anything else. Everything else that drops on this good Big Phil Speaks channel, you'll be in the first to know. That part thereof. We got a room on the wagon, Phil. You can blame it on Magic Johnson. Hey, Frank. Hey, homie. Damn man. And it's 40-something and rising and only 17 likes. Come on now. Y'all got to do me better than that. Y'all know what it is. The point, I know y'all like, why Phil be talking about them thumbs up? Because it helped to get the algorithm bubbling. And guess what? Like I always say, I want to menage with the algorithm. I know y'all got love for your boy, but I got so much love to give. Stop being stingy. I want to menage with the algorithm, with the world. You hear me? So get them likes up for your boy one time for the one tizzle. You hear me? Erica, I'm not in New York at all. You see that cap? I'm from D.C. I'm not from D, but even still, people like, how you from DC and you like the Cowboys? Always have been and always will be. Phil, as a Cowboy fan, you should be used to this now. You can never get loose to that. We had one of them seasons. Like we looked so promising. I believe if we would have beat them yesterday, it would have been us and the 49ers in the NFC finals. I stand on that. And I think, well, if they played like they played yesterday, we wouldn't have did shit. However, we'd have come to play like we supposed to have, I think we would have whooped the 49ers too. But listen, if was a fifth, guess what? We all be drunk. You feel me? Jerry ran out the stadium to call Bill Belichick, rescue me alone. Man, oh man. Shalom, when I was little, you know, in the neighborhood, we played football, but I played for a little bit when I was in California in high school, till I got in troubles. I was, you know, in the street neats. And when I came back from California, my high school, Roosevelt, Tillerson and my counselor, Miss Adams, tried their damnedest, because my grades was jacked up coming back from California, tried their damnedest to get me on the team or whatever. But, you know, it is what it is. Jay Pierce, good morning to you. Shalom, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You said, well, I'm a Texans fan. Where are you from, Erica? You from Texas or you from somewhere else? Established, good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. Yeah, sure, Phil. Y'all don't want no more smoke from the night. That's why they didn't show up for yesterday. That's some BullShiggery. At home, though, it's like somebody coming to your house, wants some smoke, and they whoop you in your front yard. What the hell is going on? There's going to be some get back and slow singing, flower, bringing around the NFL next season. If I got to put on the pants, pause. Huh? So, BullShiggery. Corey Sanders. No, I could have Mumbo. When I came back from California, like I said, because I got into gang activities and some other things out west. When I came back or whatever, my grades was jacked up. So I had to go to summer school. I went to summer school, summer school. I think I went for like 2 classes or something. But my thing was still jacked up or whatever. So Coach Tillerson and the counselor Adams. If y'all remember Miss Adams, she had that blonde hair, sexy little honeyish chocolate counselor with them light eyes. She tried her damnedest to get your boy on the team. She tried to they tried to work all the madness. But who's the principal at the time? Mr. Upson was hating. But it was cool. He was cool. I wanted to do other things anyway. I was into music. I was into the streets. I wasn't stunning it. But you never know, because I was a hell of a running back then. And back then I was 177 and 182 through high school, cut up like a bag of dope. But anyway, Houston, baby. I hear that H-Town is in the building. Hey, Phil, Martin had a dream. We know you have a dream too. McFarlane, yeah. Rose and Mac, that's a fact, Mumbo Sauce. That's a fact. I got so many stories in between Roosevelt and McFarlane. It's crazy, especially with the Mahadi brothers and Malik. Not Malik was kind of gone to John. Farad, Musa, Rahman, and them. Phil, that was 40 years ago. That's all right. I can still hit the hole like a veteran, and I'm not scared of contact neither, Jake, man. Boom! Listen, y'all got it. Look, hey, established. You mean, here we go. Listen, I'm not going to stick and stay on this too long. I didn't allow y'all enough energy and enough time to, you know what I'm saying, to take my lashes. Pause. Y'all come on over. Whoever's over here, come on over to YouTube if you would. If you could. I know, funny. You told me. Come on over here to YouTube, huh? Comments is definitely activated. Let me say this before I get into the next topic, though. I apologize for not doing Feel the Love Fridays. Last Friday, I had to go check on, matter of fact, get some medicine or whatever. I knew I had bronchitis. I could tell what it was. So I'm still dealing with that. I need y'all be like, Phil, you've been coughing for a while. That ain't it. I got sinuses and allergies, and whatever's going on in this house and whatever has caused my allergies to act up a little bit more, whatever the case may be. But the drippage has caused bronchitis or whatever. The sinus drippage pause has caused bronchitis. So I got me some medicine. I'm good. I'm better than what I was. I'm gonna tell you that much. I'm better than what I was. Well, the Cowboys could have used you, man. Listen, look, I ain't even no quarterback. I would have threw better than that, nigga. Listen, Cowboys ain't show up and show out Phil. Ain't show up and feel the love was. Look, Mr. Richard said, yeah, hey, Phil, get on up that part. We letting you have at it today. I'm surprised. Hey, listen, I'm a man about mine. I'm going to stand in the pocket. You hear me? Yeah. Glad you better, Phil, but them Cowboys probably need your hell. Damn it. Not you, Charlotte. Not you. Y'all know what? It's all good. 14 weeks for filming. You know what? Pause. Anywho, how y'all doing today? How y'all feeling today, huh? How are y'all feeling today? You still moving to Texas? That's the plan. That's the plan, Jay, man. What you saying? Huh? Y'all get them likes up a little bit more for your boy, please. Do I got the bait? I know you don't want to like this, but I refuse to let you not. If I got to beg and plead for your likes for me, I don't mind because it means that much to me. I got to menage with the algorithm, baby. Let me stop. Listen, what's goody like the mob, ladies and gentlemen? Sang to me. Listen, I think I'm gonna go this route first. I'm gonna dip lower a little bit, and not so much as vibration. There's been a lot going on over the weekend. I'm pretty sure y'all have heard. Don't do it. There's been a lot going on this weekend. A heavy death for Memphis area, whatever the case may be, that I believe might spark some things. I said, let me go there before I bring it back up with some inspiration and some better news, or whatever the case may be. Phil, when you was watching the game, was you coaching from the something? Man, I was doing more than coaching. Pause, funny, dip low, yeah, pause. I have a dream that, yeah, okay. At your table, Jay, I bit my lip. At your table, Jay, man. Listen. Doobie, 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 doo. Okay, where we at here, Mom? For many of y'all that don't know or been under a rock, the internet has been ablaze for the death of Yo Gotti's older brother, Big Juke, passing away. Move that out the way. Bomb. Some of y'all care, some of y'all don't care. It's trending popular news, so that's why I'm reporting on it, plus the implications and things that can take place in Memphis. Big Juke, Yo Gotti, and even Angela Simmons was in the house paying respects to their uncle. Okay, paying respects to their uncle, who was said to be a legendary kingpin and an originator or OG to when it comes to juking, which was, I guess, a dance move or something. I'm not sure about that. Y'all can fill me in on that. But this was their uncle. They was at the funeral and repast for their uncle. There is footage of them in the funeral or whatever the case may be. Moments before all this took place, they said that Yo Gotti and Big Juke's mom barely got out of the way. She almost could have been a fatality or whatever the case may be. I do have some video footage from out there. Let me put it up here. You won't hear me while this footage is on, but it's short.
Yeah, I sure see him over there laying down over there.
Big Juke dead.
Huh?
They said Big Juke dead.
Big Juke dead.
Got it, brother.
Hey, for real?
They said they killed him.
Big Juke.
Yeah.
Whoa.
The other nigga over there about to die right now. Just roll past. He don't look.
Yeah, I see him over there.
Man, I was on the sidewalk with it.
It's what is it, a birthday?
Hey, look. He did go look.
What is it, repast or a birthday party?
He both ain't repaid.
Oh, they both ain't repaid.
Hey. Hey. It was a shootout.
That's what they said.
It was a shootout, man. I'm gonna kill you, man.
Hell no.
That's a doubt. That's fucked up, man. It's something with him right now, bro. That's looter.
Yeah, they finna clear the lot now. All right, bro.
If you do not disperse, you may be arrested.
Listen, it's been a lot going on down there since Young Dolph's, the rapper, the artist Young Dolph's untimely demise. He was killed. There's been speculation as to the who and to the why. I'm not getting into that. I will say that y'all pray for Memphis, Tennessee. Y'all pray for that area. Pray for other hoods. Pray for other areas that are going through turmoil and chaos. There's a lot going on, man. A lot going on. And I don't think that this situation is over. They've been... CMG Group is the group that Big Juke belonged to. Yo Gotti, that entourage. They said that it's been people getting picked off here and there throughout the last couple years or whatever the case may be since Young Dolph's deaths, especially since one of the shooters has been connected to CMG. Been in pictures with Big Juke and other things of that nature. I'm not here to put no puzzle pieces together. Y'all can do your research or whatever. If you know people in the streets, you'll hear some things. Just pray for that whole situation. Pray for Yo Gotti's family. Pray for Young Dolph's family. Pray for Memphis in general, because if it's anything of an indication, they about to go up. If it ain't already started going up yet, it's about to go up. And some real OGs, some real people with some power and influence need to step in and step into that situation quickly. I'm gonna leave that there though. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm not gonna stay on that, because like I said, this is Martin Luther King's birthday. You feel me? This is Martin Luther King's birthday. I wanted to I want to play something real quick from the man, the myth, the legend himself, real quick, and I'll be right back. We can still talk about whatever y'all want to talk about, whether it be Big Joke or anything else. But let me play this real quick.
What happened is that some of our philosophers got off base. And one of the great problems of history is that the concepts of love and power have usually been contrasted as opposites, polar opposites. So that love is identified with a resignation of power, and power with a denial of love. It was this misinterpretation that caused the philosopher Nietzsche, who was the philosopher of the will to power, to reject the Christian concept of love. It was the same misinterpretation which induced Christian theologians to reject Nietzsche's philosophy of the will to power in the name of the Christian idea of love. Now, we got to get this thing right. What is needed is a realization that power without love is reckless and abusive, and that love without power is sentimental and anemic. Power at its best. Power at its best is love, implementing the demands of justice, and justice at its best is love correcting everything that stands against love.
Listen, I wanted to play more of his speeches or whatever the case may be, but I thought they would be, I thought my page might get flagged because of copyright situations or whatever. So that's why I gave you that short tidbit, because a lot was said even in that short tidbit. And before I really get off into my, my ones and twos on what I want to speak on, if you want to be a guest co-host for the day and come up and talk your talk, say your spiel, the link to do so is pinned to the top of the chat. Is in that dark blue box. You can click it, boop, and it should bring you on over. If by chance it gives you a problem, copy and paste the link there within, put it in your browser, and it'll let you come on through. Before I really get off into what I want to talk about, I want to play this next clip. A little inspiration, a little recompense, a little what we call it, reparations, so to speak, for this young lady. I call her young lady, but she's in her 90s, so she's been around a spell. This was a wonderful story that I heard, that I fell into, and I want y'all to check it out too, and let me know what you think about it.
Good grief.
At the age of 97,
Good morning.
just stepping out of a 4x4 is a major accomplishment. But Opal Lee has taken much greater strides than this, with no plans to sit anytime soon.
Where do we go from here? We don't have to sit around and wait for the Lord to come for us. In fact, he's going to have to catch me.
Opal
Tell you.
is a retired teacher and lifelong community activist in Fort Worth, Texas. She's mostly known for her successful campaign to make Juneteenth a national holiday. But what is lesser known is how that fire in her belly came to be. Back in 1939, when Opal was 12, her family moved into a house that stood right here in an all-white neighborhood. They'd lived here just 5 days when a mob showed up.
What did the mob do to your house?
They tore it asunder. They set stuff on fire. They did despicable things.
The family moved away and moved on. They just wanted to forget the horror. Until 8 decades later, when Opal Lee decided the time had come to remember it. So she looked up the address, found out the lot was still vacant and owned by the local chapter of Habitat for Humanity.
I wish that was a longer showing, but long story short, they decided to give the land back to her and her family, which I think is dope in a way. I think they should rebuild on that property for her too. I think they should rebuild a house on that property for her as well. I wish that there was more stories like this across America. There was a story of a family along the California coast where land was taken from them, that it was given back to them at a time. And you hear little sporadic things like this here and there. But I wish that we would get more stories like that, where the states, the counties, the cities, etc., come to an accord and give back land, give back acreage that was taken, that was stolen, which was extorted, taken by way of violence from various families, black families, etc., in the South and some in Midwest and out west, and even on the East Coast, or whatever the case may be. America was definitely in a time where hate was among us, heavy. And we're living in a time today where hate is still among us, heavy, albeit a different way for the most part. I talked about a story the other day where they were boarding up a like apartment complex with people still in the apartments, and the people that were doing it were the police. Weren't even the sheriff department that's supposed to do things like that. It was the police department. So we still living in a time. Excuse me, I got a little throat loss in my mouth. We're still living in a time where hate still abounds, where color, as much as it shouldn't mean nothing, means everything to some people, and mostly not for the right reasons, because they're scared and they're mad and they're triggered by the sight of. And we need to get past that. You know what I'm saying? We need to get past that. Y'all are bugged out in the car. Y'all are bugged out. This is the thing. We in 2024, which this kind of leads into what I wanted to talk about anyway, right? Over the last couple, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, or whatever the case may be, hell, since the beginning of 2024, I've listened to, I've watched, I've seen people, I've seen companies, I've seen entities online as well as offline, on the news or whatever the case may be, in other areas, operating under the same BullShiggery, operating under the same mantra, operating under the same effery that caused them problems in 2023, that's left them personally stuck on stupid in 2023. That shows no growth, no personal growth, no corporate growth, no neighborhood or community growth. And it's sad. And I implore for those of you all that are here, that are watching or in the comments, or who will see this at a time, do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor. All these resolutions, and I'm not gonna do this, and I'm gonna be a better person, and I do this. Start with the things you entertain. Start with the people you entertain. Start with the people that you have around you. Start with the companies that you patronize, the stores that you patronize, the food places you patronize. If these things don't edify your soul, if these things don't show personal growth or public growth, and I don't mean in more shenanigans and bullshiggery, but show more growth in a positive light, whatever the case may be, do yourself a favor. And either limit it or move around from it, because I watch people lie about the stuff that they give you. I watched people as recently as yesterday lie about things that they said they was going to do last year. and I'm not talking about somebody that wanted to do something and maybe circumstances and situations and it just didn't work out. I'm talking about just straight up and down lying to themselves and lying to y'all at the same time, which is stupid, as opposed to just doing it. I've watched companies promise the world. I've watched politicians promise constituents so much and give nothing. And here they are back in the races, or whatever, vying for your vote and your attention. If their actions have not lined up with their words, they don't deserve your vote. If their actions have been despicable or of a nature that is unbecoming of somebody that should represent your neighborhood, your city, your state, hell, the United States, don't give them your support. I'm not here to tell you who to vote for, who not to vote for, but do what's best suiting for your moral fortitude, or whatever the case may be. I watch entities online. I watch people online make an ass of themselves. I watch people just belittle and demean themselves, men and women, for the sake of a like, for the sake of a view, and that's cool. I'm not here to judge nobody in that light. To each his own, or whatever the case may be. But you know how one of the things I like to say is make it make sense. Make it make sense. If your shenanigans and foolishness will get you to where it is you want to get to in life, have at it. Make it make sense. But if it don't make no sense, and I'm not just talking about the dollar side of it, but if it's not making no sense, then you need to gain some sense and do something different. It's a new year. It's a new year. Each year that comes by, we become a little bit older. We're supposed to become a little bit wiser. We're supposed to learn from the things that happen around us, the good, the bad, and the indifferent. But if you got people that are still feeding the same garbage that they fed you last year, still doing the same dumb shit they did last year, showing no hope for progression, not even just showing you progression, no hope for progression. Sometimes you got to leave them where they stay, leave them where they are. Sometimes you just got to chunk up the peace sign and everything will be fine. And in doing so, you don't have to do it out of malice. You don't have to do it out of anger. You don't have to do it out of bitterness. You definitely ain't got to do it out of beef. And sometimes your personal well-being, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, is what's more important. Hell, ain't none of us perfect. We all got vices. We all got shortcomings. We all got our bullshiggery and shenanigans in us and on us and with us. Pause. But at some point, enough has to be enough. I'm always a proponent of this, whether it's online, offline, in your real world, whatever the case may be. Just like you watching TV or whatever the case may be, and there's thousands of channels of things you can watch and indulge in. It's nothing wrong with watching comedy. It's nothing wrong with watching a horror. It's nothing wrong with watching a drama. It's nothing wrong with watching the action, a thriller. Hell, it ain't nothing wrong with watching the ratchetness that come on certain channels, the Zeuses, the Tubies, the IG, or wherever the case may be. But balance it all out. Balance it all out. Huh? Read something. Crack open a book. Crack open the book. I promise y'all, come what's this? Wednesday, I'm gonna bring a book to the table, and I'm gonna see if y'all go pick it up. Whether you pick up the real book or find the Kindle version and crack it open and read it. Start doing more to stimulate your mental. Start doing more and paying attention to more and watching more things that will flourish you, that will grow you, that will enhance you, that will uplift you, evolve you, and upgrade you. Do those things. You can still be a part of and or watch shenanigans, bullshiggery, comedy, funny, whatever the case may be. All I'm saying is, if you go tip to the dark a little bit, make sure you got more light to balance it. That's it. That's it. We all have everything in us, good, bad, and indifferent. It's what we exude, what we allow to manifest and take root in our lives that make us who we are, or whatever the case may be. And nobody's perfect. Nobody at all is perfect. Trust me. Established, if you pay attention, you would hear what I'm talking about. Y'all still talking about the Cowboys. That's the problem. That's part of the problem. Excuse me. Today is Martin Luther King's birthday. Today is his birthday, right? Or the holiday. Well, tomorrow's his birthday. Tomorrow's his birthday, but this is the time in which we're celebrating his holiday or whatever, right? For all of the speeches that you all are familiar with, for all of the things that you've heard about this man and the things that he wanted for us as a community, as people, even beyond just the black race itself, the things that he wanted for humanity. And years later, we're going through some of the same bullshiggery that was going on there. Some of us have evolved and some of us have devolved, digressed, regressed. Y'all are serious. What's up, Wavy Crockett? The point of it all is this, right? On a day like today, you all should take a personal reflection into your own mirrors, real mirrors, mental mirrors, and assess yourself. Where are you today where were you today, this date last year? Have you improved on some things? Have you evolved from some things? Have you tried to better yourself? Have you done things to experience more, especially more positive aspects of life and everything that there is to offer? Have you put yourself in a better position? And more importantly, are you working or are you living out your purpose and or your passion? Because they are two distinct, different things. Your passion and your purpose, sometimes they line up and sometimes they're totally different. Or are you stuck in the rat race, the rigmarole, in the bullshiggery of it all, and just instead of you taking physical drugs, you're using the internet as your drug, and you so engrossed into it that everything else don't matter to you. Vino Diva said no rap should be played today. I wouldn't say that. Because there's some very good rap. It's all about what you ingest. And matter of fact, if y'all want to speak on it or whatever the case may be, or anything that I've said, hit the link. Come talk to me. You ain't got to agree with me. Come talk to me. But please read the room. Please read the room. The point is this, right? Some of us come to the internet for escape or escapism from whether it be real life problems, whether it be messed up marriages or relationships, whether the job situation ain't right, whether you might be fighting depression, whether you just things just ain't right, and you just want to just escape it for a minute. So you engross yourself with the internet, IG, YouTube, whatever the case may be, which is cool, which is okay. All I'm saying is while you're doing it, find some things that will pour into you, that will feed your soul, that will feed your mental. We on YouTube. There's so much information that can be garnered and gathered from YouTube. IG even. Hell, the internet, period. It's always time for a good laugh. There's always a time for a good chuckle. There's always time for some good bullshiggery. Hell, even a little toxicness for those that like a little toxicity. But what else are you doing? What else are you feeding your world? That's all I'm asking. What else are you doing? Sabrina C, good morning to ye. Feel we got to do that at all times, not just starting. Of course, all times, J-Man. That's a fact. But days like this, or times like this, should be representative of the areas in our lives that we should be striving to do better, to do more in, community-wise, in our households, in our personal vessels, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, hell, physically too. The goal should always be to leave a legacy to your family, in your family's name, of your name, for people to glean to and say, you know what? Phil got on my nerves at times. Hell, Phil was corny at times. But Phil, he tried his damnedest to see that each and every one of us took a personal step into something better. That's what I want my legacy to be. Just to say that I offered up my time, my information, my voice, whether you wanted to hear it or not, just to see that somebody or some people or everybody does something better with themselves. Rich, we already talked about that. You about 40 minutes late, Rich. I know y'all want to stay. I know y'all want to stay on the Cowboys and all that. I already took my lashes, and look, I'll continue to take them. But understand something. You got it now, right, Shala? We shout over the BullShiggery, won't we? Won't we? I'm just saying. Won't we? Or we gonna stay stuck in the mire, stuck in the muck in the mire. Look at it, like even the situation with Juk and all that going on. We gonna stay repeating hate cycles, or we gonna stay repeating the cycles of violence that plague our communities? There's an uptick in violence going on in a lot of our inner city communities. A hell of an uptick that hasn't been seen really since the crack era. And when was that? 30 years ago or so. And what I noticed out of the crack era, that certain things were kind of tolerated, allowed. Yeah, you got law enforcement. Yeah, you got investigations. Yeah, you did set and the third arrest. But what it was also doing was making way for other changes that they wanted within our communities. And most of them weren't and aren't meant to benefit us, the people of those communities. Let's make that make sense. King Skills, good morning. Good morning. Wavy Crockett, that's a fact. Memphis is going through it. But then there's other areas going through it. Texas going through it. DC going through it. New York is going through it. Cali, the Bay Area, LA and surrounding areas. It's other areas, Midwest. There's a lot of areas that's going through it. Whether we hear the stories nationally, where we see them play out on these internet streets, or we know it because we live in the proximity of the actual situation. My nose is itching. I got a few more cows. Look, have at it. The point of the matter is, right here it is, Martin Luther King's holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. And I know they're changing history and hiding history in school books, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know if any of y'all have children, if you all will have discussions with your children today about those things. It ain't Black History Month, but Black history is every day. Every day that you live is history. Every day, everything you've experienced throughout your life is history. And I wonder, are you going to be speaking to your children upon today about the significance of Martin Luther King, the significance of the Civil Rights Movement, the significance of our trials and tribulations throughout the ages here in America, about the things that's going on in the world today, the things that they as your children have to be careful of, be mindful of, get educated on, stay woke about. It's a lot that's being pushed into play that more and more toxic BS is becoming the mainstay, the primary go-to for viewing, especially for our youth, and not enough balanced viewing, not enough, okay, you watch that, let's watch this. So many agendas being pushed, alternative lifestyles, other lifestyles, anything being pushed to our children at a young age, as opposed to after a certain age where a certain mental capacity can really soak up and understand either what the plot, what the propaganda is, or what the information is being disseminated. Children at a very young age are being indoctrinated through bullshit in school, in the neighborhoods, from just what they see and experience. From hell, sometimes even in their household. Phil had a dream that the Cowboys would win the playoff game. I sure did. Phil, seriously, you should write a motivational book. Maybe one day. Maybe this is my book that I'm writing here, maybe in different ways. When y'all see me on different lives, maybe this is all my book. That's a fact right there, Jay, man. That's why being a present father is most important for you and me. Listen, and like I said, I didn't always have it right in hell. I'm still human. And I had to learn a lot. Of this, which y'all hear throughout experience, throughout my life of BS and bullshiggery and being involved with certain things I had no business being involved with. But I take it all as what was meant to be was, and it's helped make me the person that I am today, so that I'm able to speak with you and speak to you about the various things that I talk to you all about, good, bad, and indifferent. This could be any other show where we talk about a whole bunch of news or whatever the case may be, a whole bunch of things, trending things, bullshiggery, whatever the case may be, celebrity news, gossip, or whatever the case may be. But a day like today, I think that a certain impartation needs to happen, positive impartation, in regards to doing better. I'm not trying to be preachy as much as I am trying to just have a conversation, a dialogue with you all in regards to just the state of affairs, the state of things that I witnessed or whatever. That that a lot of y'all or most of y'all are witnesses. If your eyes is open, you had to have witnessed it, both online and offline in your local areas. So there's a lot of things going on that's trying to count us out as personal people, as people collectively, communities. But the thing of it is, what are we gonna do about it? Are we just gonna sit there and let it be what it is? Are we gonna be the status quo? Are we gonna do some supernatural, some super ordinary, some extraordinary things to try to change? Excuse me. Try to change the way that things are. Starting in our own households, of course. Matter of fact, starting within our own personal selves and then in our households. Because you can't look at somebody else's yard as being overgrown and you got weeds and garbage in your front yard. You got to get yours right first, right? That part. They've been saying the same old show about what. But see, that I get that, Dez. I get that. He said, man, they saying the same old ish since I was little about MLK, what we should be doing, and it's getting worse in these streets. I'm tired of it. But see, that's the thing. It is a lot of talking, too much talking, not enough doing. Not enough standing in the gaps. And then a lot of the folks that have been there, done that, don't want to stand in the gap. They don't want to work to make change. They don't want to be the living lessons to some of these youth. Some either want to just maintain that bravado of I was him, I'm him, as opposed to saying, listen, youngin, yeah, I was him, but I know where you trying to get to. You trying to get to where you him. And I'm here to let you know. I'm not talking down on what you're doing. I'm not trying to but I'm here to show you and tell you through my life we're trying to be him or get you. Especially for those that have come home from doing bids. Especially from those that have come home or not come home, but have been bodies wounded from being shot up or stabbed up or whatever the case may be. Especially them that have lost loved ones, family and friends to the bullshiggery, both in the past and up to the present. We got to stand in the gap. And no, we don't have to. Hey, K-Dub style salute. We don't have to be as passive as per se as Martin Luther King. Hell, you could be a little bit more militant as per se of Malcolm X, or you could be somewhere in the middle with a great mesh and mold of both of them. Because, see, that's what a lot of people don't understand. Those two brothers, Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X, were about to shake up the world, shake up the United States, coming together for a common goal, a common cause. That's what we need today. That's what we need today. Some people saying we too passive. Some people saying that others are too aggressive. Some people are saying that some people want to showboat. Some people want to bag. Some people ain't got the best interests, or whatever the case may be. All that is true. Weed out the bullshiggery. Get on a common goal. It don't matter what your religion or your spirituality is. It don't even matter not too much what your sexual preference is. It don't matter, whether you left or right on things. Meet somewhere in the middle. Meet somewhere where it makes sense for the greater good of your people. That's where we got to get to. In our communities. You got some powerful people in your communities, in your state, that get looked up to, some for good things and others for very wrong things. That if they woke up and changed certain things, they'd have other problems because certain entities wouldn't like that coming together, but they would be a catalyst for change within their communities, especially if they push greed out of it, especially if they push the vanity out of it, the power trip out of it. That's where Malcolm X and Martin Luther King will get to a place and space where, brother, I see your side of the table. I see the positive in what you're doing. I see the maturity in what you're speaking. I might not agree with everything you're doing. I might not agree with every aspect of how you're trying to obtain it and get to it. But I see the goal, and your goal is common to mine. And with that, we can sit at the table and come together with an agenda that we can start helping our people. That's what we have to be a part of. Hey, Miss A Block, good morning to ye. Harriet is a good movie to watch with your kids to teach them about these times to see instead of hearing with children's. That's right there. But there are many movies about Black history you can watch with your kid. That's a fact, Lady Costanita. That's a fact. And then after watching it, movie, talk to them about that shit right there. That was one reason why I took 3 of my children to go see The Color Purple. That was the reason I did that. Outside of the fact of who played in the movie and the hoopla behind it, Color Purple I always thought is one of the movies that invokes a lot of thought. Invokes a lot of thought in the viewer, and makes for great conversations and debate as to our existence during that time, from a racial standpoint and from inside our own community standpoint. Wavy, they sure did. People really need to stop thinking MLK was on some. No, well, he wasn't fully passive, but he was more passive than the radicalness of say Malcolm X, Knight Rider. That's what I mean by that. But yeah, you're right. You're right. That's a fact, Keenan. Black on black violence on Martin Luther King weekend. We need to own things from beginning to end. That part. Erica Vidal, you stuck on them Cowboys, huh? Funny, that part right there, action and accountability is needed. That's it. Keenan, it doesn't matter who wrote the book and why they wrote it. The story itself was indicative of a lot of people's experiences in the South. That's why a lot of people resonate towards it. Whether you get it or not or see it, a lot of people resonate towards that movie. And I ain't talking about the newer version where it's more musical, but the actual book and the actual movie, the first one, it's a reason why a lot of people resonated with that, because that was a lot of people's story down South. From the racial divide and the things that came when you kind of stepped out of place, i.e. Sophia's role, whether it be from the courting and or going after younger women of a certain age, and then the mentality of men to just have at it, to take it if they want it from women, to the struggle, to the progression, to the supporting one another in our entrepreneurial endeavors within our communities. The Color Purple stood for a whole lot of things, but it's not the only movie. 757, I'm on you, right? I'm with you on that. Pause. Bob Marley and that movie that he got coming out called Marley. I think y'all should definitely go see that. Definitely should go see that. Bob Marley was definitely a revolutionary in his own right. That's a fact. That is a fact. And I wonder if the movie will really dig deep into why it's being said why he was actually killed, or whatever the case may be. I'm interested in seeing that. And the fact that they got some of his family members involved with the movies is dope too. We need to stop watching movies from other people's perception of us. We have a rich history straight from the motherland. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. And we got to stop. We got to stop looking for bigger movie houses or other cultures to fund or back movies that concern us. Because sometimes in doing so, they change the narration of it, or they limit the narration of it. We need to start even more so supporting ourselves when it comes to movies, or whatever the case may be. And yes, we do have certain individuals now that are in a power play when it comes to being able to do these things. But if, and I say if, some of the things that have been disseminated or insinuated towards them are true, I would say they need to seek repentance and get in the right place and space, because they hold a powerful key in what's needed with us and having our own and doing our own. And if you're going to do to some of ours the way other people are doing theirs and ours, then you're no better. You're no better of a person than these other entities, or whatever the case may be, that have been prosecuted, persecuted, rightfully so, for heinous acts. I'm talking about when it comes to SA, when it comes to SSV and things of that nature. I'm abbreviating it, just using the letters, because YouTube's algorithm affects your videos when you speak on certain topics or whatever. I didn't watch the first one and won't watch the second. Slave mentality movies, they only make pathetic movies towards the community. No, they don't. Vino Diva, I say this. What it should do is should spark some anger. It should spark some anger. It should spark some intrigue. It should spark outrage. It should spark wanting to do better. Because not wanting to watch certain movies. Let me say this: it depends on what the movie's portraying, and what's the goal of the movie, or what the storyline is. But if it's meant to just demean us and make us look like pickaninnies and Sambos and things of that nature, with no message to it, then yeah, don't watch that. But if it depicts historically based or things that we actually went through, we need those things, especially in a time like today, when they try to sweep our history under the rug, and not enough of us either know our history or want to tell our history to even our own families, to give them something to look at, because these movies will spark conversations. They will spark conversations, hopefully between you and your babies, you and your family members, hell, you and your friends, or whatever the case may be, hell, even you and your detractors, to really engage and open the conversation and the flow up to do something different. We gotta stop. Keenan, I think that's a whole nother conversation too. That's a conversation within itself. Some people say cut the motherland out of it, we're from here. Some people say cut here out of it, we're from the motherland. At the end of the day, we all connected one way or the other. And like I said, we need to find a common ground and goal to which we all can stand on that can help push our culture forward, push our communities forward, because our communities are so fractured and effed up. A lot of them, a lot of them. And it's so divided a lot of times over the dumbest bull BS. And I'm not even talking about the negative aspects of our community. I'm talking about just the power struggles and I want things to be this way. No, I want things to be this way. And we need to find a way. We need to find a way to get around that. Get around that so that we all can be good. We all can be good. Man, I can't wait to stack this bread and take a trip to Africa. That's on my bucket list too, Wavy. I want to do at least 2 weeks. 1 week culturally based and whatnot, and then 1 week I want to do like a safari, some other things too. Simply Nate, good morning to ye. Why should Black history be sad when history was created after and before slavery? When will we find the positive moments of that? Now that's a fact too. That's a fact too, Funny. That's a fact too. There needs to be more movies that shed light on the inventors, that shed light on the innovators, the entrepreneurs, the people that transcended the times and eras that we know about. Whatever the case may be. You're right about that, Funny. There needs to be more light and shine on things other than slavery. And I think maybe that's what Vino was going at. I think definitely needs to be more than that. But I just don't think that the slavery aspect should be pushed under the rug. I don't think that should be pushed under the rug, because if you don't know who you are or where you come from as a people, a lot of times you're not going to appreciate and really garner the real tidbit and gems and nuggets that you need to garner where the hell you need to be going and why you should be trying to head there. Exactly, Night Rider. That's why I want to include more of that into the show too, Night Rider. That's another reason why I'm doing this now, but it's also another reason why I want to include that every day, because we need that. We need that, not just for us that are watching, for any other culture that stops by or who sits in here with us in this live, so they can learn something new or something more about us. Not just the bullshiggery, not just the coonery or the toxicity or the bullshit that you see, but also the good things, the insightful things, the innovative things that we as a people have done from past to present. Right, because people are so quick to separate themselves. Establish that part right there. That part right there. Listen, we're all different people. Our DNA is different. Our makeup is different. Our looks are different. All just within our own community, as Black people or as an African American people or whatever title you want to give to us. We're all different in shades, tones, features, etc. Right? But there's a commonality that's entrenched in our bloods and in our DNA that makes us all one at some point in the tree, right? And in being different people, we have different likes, different dislikes, things that make us tick, things that piss us off. But then there's certain things that brings us all together. Certain things that bring us all together for different things. We need to focus more so on the positive as opposed to the negative. Our history did not begin with transatlantic. That's a fact. That's a fact, Night Rider. To be more specific, Night Rider, human civilization did begin in Africa, but at a time, Africa was not named Africa too. But y'all got to understand, at a time, these continents, a lot of them were merged. They weren't as broken apart as you see now. So you're right on that. You have to do 2 weeks, Phil. It's a must. What you mean 2 weeks? What you mean establish 2 weeks? Expound on that one. You got me on that one. Madam Odessa out of the city. I'm gonna have to look that up. Bumbo Sauce, Frank Murphy. I'm gonna have to look that up. I want to go to Tanzania so bad. Go chill with the animals and the beauty. You can chill with the animals if you want. You better respect nature. We don't know where our five-time grandmothers were from here, but we talking about going to Africa. I'm straight staying over here. But see, with technology being what it is, Keenan, you can kind of find out those things. And it's not even a thing of leaving to stay, to go over there. But if you can see another side of your people, this is why I always tell people to get up and travel. Not even just going to Africa. Go to different states in America. See how people are living. See what their thought processes are. See what makes them tick. See what makes them happy. See what the local culture is in different other states. If you're from New York, go to Georgia. Go to Texas. Go to Florida. Hell, go. Be careful, but go to Mississippi. Go to certain areas. Go to California. Go to Washington State. Come to DC. Whatever the case may be. See the difference. See the similarities of our people and see the differences. Good, bad, and indifferent. A lot of times we get stuck to the box of I'm from this hood, I'm from this neighborhood, I'm from this city, I'm from this state, and that's where your end all be all is. You like, it's so much to do within the state. I ain't got to go nowhere else. But then when you do get the opportunity to go other places, you're like, oh wow. Some of the scenery might be different. The buildings could be less or more. The noise could be less or more. You know what I'm saying? The population could be less or more. The attractions could be less or more. But you could glean. You can get something out of going to these different places. And then you add in the international part of it, Africa, Asia, the Caribbean, certain other areas where you can glean and just enjoy and learn and appreciate some other things that are happening and that have happened. That's a fact. Our history cannot be contained to just 1 month. That's a fact. That's a fact. The reason why Jewish Charlie Hustle. I'm glad you said that. The reason why Jewish people have the social status they have is because they never forget their history and they never let the world forget their history. So we can't let the world forget that right there. Huh? Hey, Charlie Hustle. I wish there was some way I could make this the comment of the day. That right there is paramount. That right there is paramount. A lot of people have this good, bad, or different things to say about the Jewish community or whatever the case may be, right? One thing that they do is stick together. One thing that they do is make sure you don't disrespect their history. One thing that they do is they don't forget their history. And like he said, they don't let you forget it. And they work so that that history will not repeat itself ever. That's what we need to get on. That part right there. Pangea was a supercontinent before it split. All races of people come. Wavy with the knowledge. In Africa. Oh, I get it. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Two weeks. 2 weeks established. That's what I want to do. 2 weeks. And then you got to understand, Africa as a continent is so big, so huge, that you're not going to be able to take in everything, every country, every culture. That's everything that Africa has to offer. You will not be able to take it in not even in 2 weeks. From the southern tip of South Africa to the northern shores of Morocco and areas up there. You're not going to be able to take it all in every country in between, from Ghana, the Ivory Coast, Nigeria, Tanzania, various other places. You're not going to be able to take it in 2 weeks or whatever the case may be. But we have to start somewhere, though. Y'all coming over here to YouTube. Mac, what's goody like the mob? Y'all come on over here to YouTube. I'm ending this one over here, y'all. Come on over. I forgot the IG was running. But speaking of which, what y'all see here is going to be eventually being able to be shown real soon on IG as well, running simultaneously with this here. Without a black woman, you would not be able to use the damn call phone. We all depend on Google Black women contribution to cell phone technology. That's a fact. That's a fact. J-Man, look, people, J-Man is on to something. Do your Googles. Do your research. This is the thing, too. No matter what I say out my mouth, no matter what somebody else types or says out of their mouth on this platform, on YouTube or anything else, do your due diligence. Do your own research. Anything that I say should spark. I mean, is Phil tripping? Let me go check what he's talking about. Is J-Man tripping? Let me check, see what he's talking about. Knight Rider, what he's talking about. Anybody, any so-called leader, stature down to the lowliest of man, no matter what they tell you, make sure that they who's this right here? Bacardi, I got you. Give me a second. Bree, traveling is important. Trina Pink. I'll pin it back up. You talking about that one, Trina Pink? Good morning, Trina Pinky. I do respect nature and it looks beautiful. Michelangelo, that part right there. I did 2 weeks in Ghana. It was beautiful. I know that's right. No eye history with that community. Man, listen, good morning. It's all good. You're never too late. You're on time. Plus, you can always go back and see it from the very beginning. Night Rider said, today's Black History fact, January 15, 1865, Black Division under the command of Major General Charles Payne participated in Fort Fisher in North Carolina, expedition which closed Confederates' last major port. That part. Bacardi, what's goody like the mob?
Oh, shit. Yo, salute, man.
Salute. What's goody like the mob?
Yeah, I was hearing the statement about the small hats, man, and I can't, from my position of, realizing the culture vultures and the, the system in general, because when you talk about them, you got to talk about the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, and you're going to be in circles, but at the end of the day, why we keep giving them credit when they was handed? Martin Luther King told us they was given millions and millions of land. So if you was given land, you was already set up from the beginning. Sticking together is the small part. So the fact of the matter is, these people, small hats. I call them small hats because I know I'm on the platform. I don't want to, get flagged or nothing. But they've been culture vultures and they still culture vultures, and they ain't got nothing going on. Nobody care about what's going on in their community. They just got caught with an underground bunker with little beds with pee stains in it, and everybody's keeping it on the hush.
But this is the point. This is the point of the whole thing. What they do, they stick together.
No, you got to go to the rabbi. You can't even go to the police. So when they get raped, when they get our word, they got to go to the rabbi, and the rabbi tell them to suck it up and do a couple prayers or something.
Again, you sticking to negative things that all of our communities have involved.
I'm saying, hold on. Phil, are you Christian? Because they wanted to burn Jesus in instruments, and if you know what instruments is burning feces.
Okay, again, the point you're missing is the fact that they have solidarity. We need solidarity.
In the evil, I'm saying we in the judicial system, bro. We can't because they done created us. We created a monopoly where you can't win in this monopoly.
Bacardi,
they already gave out all the land.
No, let me. How old are you? How old are you first?
I'm 39.
When the Jewish people came here, they didn't come here with a silver spoon. A lot of them were persecuted. Hold on. I'm gonna give you some history right there in New York City. They were persecuted heavy, just like the Irish was at the time, just like the Polish was at the time, just like the Italians was at the time. just about every racial or ethnic group that came through was persecuted because they were the new N-words at the time. None of them has been persecuted to the likes and magnitude that we've been throughout years. True indeed. But what they have done for the most part is been able to get up off their bootstraps and come together. The same thing that people complain about now with the migrants or whatever the case may be from Latin America, they stick together for the most part. We have to get to a place. It's not about the actual culture itself, whether it be Jewish, whether it be Latino, whether it be this, that, and the third. Any great person or anything that has a certain power structure, you're supposed to look at the good aspects of what it is they hold.
Well,
I'm about to land my plane. Hold on. I'm about to land my plane.
Yeah.
You're supposed to look at the good aspects of what they do have and implement them. Make it even if you got to adjust it to fit your own world and what it is that you're trying to do to obtain, and take from that and actually push your culture, push your people forward. That's why we look to certain billionaires and such and want to be like them, because they've done something obviously to get to the point that they've been. Some of them are good billionaires and some of them are horrid, evil billionaires. But especially the ones that are good, you want to know what it is they did.
Yeah.
How did they get it? Go ahead.
Yeah, but Phil, if I'm saying that if they was given a crazy head start, and on top of a head start, the whole judicial system is built to keep you enslaved. The shit is built to keep you enslaved. And the thing about it is they still giving millions and millions of dollars to Israel, all these other places, instead of helping us. So when we speak about this, me speaking from a black man's perspective, no, they don't deserve no credit, because all they did is piggyback off of our labor.
You have some truths to what you're saying, but I think you got it twisted. When they came to America, hold on. When they came to America, they didn't come into America with grants. They didn't come into America with, okay, here's some money and some acreage of land. They didn't do that. They came to what was known as the melting pot, which was New York, and they were ousted. They put it this way. The Jewish people, as you know, the ones with the curly little the Orthodox Jews and stuff like that, with the what you call this, they
putties. All right, I'm looking at them as putties. They putties. You ever see Power Rangers? They are the pawns, bro. The big people behind that. They done made the Jim Crow laws and the
Jewish
diabolically created Planned Parenthood. Parenthood.
No,
of course.
Jewish folks did not make the Jim Crow law. What are you talking about?
No, but I'm saying even the Planned Parenthood, bro. I'm just saying it's a lot of systems aligned for us to not have children and to be stuck in poverty.
But what you're doing is compounding various aspects of things.
Because Benjamin Franklin, all these people was connected to the Jewish community. Benjamin Franklin, bro.
No, they weren't.
Benjamin Franklin wasn't connected. He wasn't a Jew.
Jim. Well, I don't know about that, but
Benjamin Franklin was a Jew, and he used to go to these secret society places where they rape children and all that. Like R word.
Be careful with the R word.
Yeah. Sorry about that. But it's a lot of stuff, and it's tied to Freemasonry.
Prove it, Keenan.
It's tied to Freemasons, and it's deeper than what we see on the surface. So when you talk about the Jewish people you talking about, they on the surface. They just the pawns. I'm talking about a deeper perspective.
Vino Diva, when the majority of them came to America, majority of them didn't come with money. Most of them lost their money. Most of them lost their wealth in anything they could hold value to.
Phil, they was burning up the buildings in the Bronx. They the reason why the Bronx was looking so crazy back in the day, because they was burning up the buildings.
What years was that?
That was in the 70s. That was
The time I'm talking about is years before that. Now, whatever atrocities or whatever things they did wrong, just like things that we've done to our communities, the breaking down of our communities, just like the way that other cultures box us in and want to exude racial hatred. What I'm saying is, when they came to America, they really had nobody to turn to, so they built their own economy, and from that economy, they used the American laws to bolster all of their wealth. Whether they did it positively or negatively, they used the laws of the land, and they used the fact that nobody really effing with them. That's why you saw certain ones of them aligning themselves with the Italians and aligning themselves with this one and that one, because as a group, they weren't totally respected outside of their communities. That's real history. And what I'm saying to you is the fortitude in which that they have persevered to get their community where it is, in a general sense, not the heinous acts, not the negative aspects of that exist in all cultures. The fact that they put it this way, if the blacks, you from the Bronx, if the blacks in the Bronx had that same mentality that they've had as a people, the Bronx itself would be a much different place, which would also mean that Brooklyn, Queens, and everywhere else will become a different place because of the power.
Yo, Phil, you escaping the fact that we have a record-breaking incarceration level, meaning they only went through one. All right, let me finish. They only went through one era, and you know better than I do, that ended. It happened and ended.
What happened?
Still the Holocaust. We are still probably 60, 70 years from that time, and we still going through Holocausts every day. How can you compare the two? You can't. And then on top of the big incarceration and the poverty level, we still carrying them through social, through fashion, through music, everything. We still carrying them.
Are we carrying?
When are we concerned about what they doing? We never concerned. We don't care.
You missing the point. It's not about you caring or worrying so much.
Attention is the new currency, Phil.
You said who?
Attention is the new currency of this generation.
So
we don't care about what they doing.
So why are we not paying attention to what we need to do to better our community?
No, it ain't we at war. We at war with these motherfuckers. We at war, Phil.
Look at the greatest wars. Look at the greatest wars that pretty much known to man. A lot of times the antics, the tactics of our enemies, we learned them. Not we as a people. I'm talking about the one side of a war. They learned those tactics of a people, and either they infiltrated within those tactics, or they learned how to usurp them and use them against that what you call it. The point I'm making is we need to learn what they've done to entrench themselves in the wealth and power that they have. The power that says, hold on. The power that you can't go into their communities and do what you do in your community. The power that says if you do something to one of them, you're gonna probably have more hell to pay than you would for dealing with even a regular white person in New York. That's what we need to get to.
Forget you escaping the fact that we had presidents and we had the CIA saying the biggest threat to America was black people uniting. So we have organizations against us that if you unite, they have to stabilize you and they have to assassinate whoever to gather these black people together. So we dealing with a different battle.
Is that supposed to be an excuse why we don't?
No, it ain't no excuse. It's the reality, meaning you have government funded organizations to keep you oppressed. Millions and millions of dollars funded to keep you oppressed.
Again, should that be an excuse?
It ain't. You don't have to have no excuse when you got the facts.
No. Put it this way. Okay, using that mind frame, right? You shouldn't be here today then, right? You should be dead and gone.
Oh no, that almost already happened. That's why I done sued the state and I'm about to get this bread.
Almost, but you still here, right?
No, Phil. It could have been a wrap. I'm just saying, no, Phil, could have been a wrap. I feel like I'm not even here at that point of what happened to me.
What I'm saying is,
like, I'm just saying,
It's the persevering of it all.
And that's just one of many. That's one of many times that I know a lot of my young people, they get caught up and they don't get the chance to have a second chance because they get caught up in the system and they don't know how to move like I know how to move.
You know
So
why? You know why?
I'm just saying.
So if you saying you know how to move, that means you've persevered through some things, right?
Of course.
You have you saying that you haven't allowed the things that are against you, the powers that be, to stop you from trying to strive and elevate yourself, correct?
No, but that's still a coin flip. Meaning that judge that seen
What?
me that day, if she was feeling some type of way, she could have kept me. She could have fucked my life up. But because she saw the facts, and it was just that day that I was lucky enough to get let out on my own recognizance, I was lucky. But it's a coin flip out here for black men.
You were blessed. However, are you? Let me ask you this: before whatever this situation was that you had to go see that judge, before that situation, if what you saying is true, you should have been dead a long time ago.
No, that's a fact.
Because things have been so
That's
broken. However, you have found a way to maneuver through a lot of the muck and the mire. Whether you've been all positive with it, whether you've been all negative with it, or somewhere in the middle, you found a way to overcome. That's the point. That you are one micro story in what I'm saying on a grander scale, and that's what I was saying. I'm not glorifying one.
No, I get what you're saying, Phil. I get what you're saying, that we need to learn how they doing it and put that to our own movement. But I just wanted to correct the fact that I don't really, my perspective, now I'm saying my perspective, I don't give them credit because I'm waiting for them to create something that I'm actually intrigued in, that I want to watch. It's nothing that they do.
I'll give you one thing they did, and what's garnered them getting a lot of that property in New York and other places. They learned the laws and structures of the insurance company, the insurance industry, and they worked that to the point of how they created a massive wealth just with that alone. I'm not talking about anything else that they do, in such a way that they set their lineage up, their children and their children's children, to come into the world with wealth. And they take some of the proceeds from that wealth from these insurance companies and buy property, which creates another stream of wealth and income for their seeds, not for them, but for their families. And they circulate their dollars within their community amongst each other, so that other people can prosper. Those are the things that they've created. I'm not talking about they created a hair comb. I'm not talking about they created a TV, a stoplight, or any of these other not frivolous things, but things that we take for granted every day. But what they did do was create a way to get out from under, and you can't hate that. No matter if they somebody else people or not.
It ain't hate, but it's more so that a war is going on and you're not the target no more. You have your battle story from before, but no, black people is a target every day. So we don't. I just don't hold them to a regard of black people, because through all of our tribulations, we still welcome other people into our culture. We still mad welcome and still loving to other people, and we not loving to each other, and that's what we lose.
That's the point of that last point you just made.
Wrong with black people. We so beat up that we only want to beat up on the defenseless people, the weaker people under us, because we ain't got nothing else going on.
That last point that you just said, that's the point of what I'm saying. The same way we hear about the Warren Buffetts, and we hear
it's due. Yo, Phil, hold on. Let me finish this, Phil. It's due.
I don't know what happened. Vino Diva, you don't have to even be black for them to redline you from the community. They're not tolerating BS from Irish, Polish. They're not. The Jewish community is one of those communities where they're not tolerating no disrespect from nobody outside of their community. Period. The point of it is, see, y'all so stuck on the semantics of the BS. Oh, they got is a racial component to them, or they done did this, they done did that. That's not what I'm talking about. The reason why I'm utilizing and bringing them up, because they're a good example of a textbook course in a college to learn how do you come from adversity, going through atrocity, and coming up from your bootstraps and getting to a power structure that's respected over this whole continent by a small group of people. That's the point that y'all are missing. That not y'all, but some of y'all are missing. It ain't about, it's not about the fact, hey, pretty passive, it's not about the fact of glorifying a race or a culture. That's not it. But if you in this game of war, like he was talking about war, if there's a war outside, you study those that you say that you are at war with. You study those that you say that you got a problem with. To know thine enemy is to know how to overcome them. And if they Vino Diva, okay, you can have at that. Because obviously you don't know what money and power does. If they're not respected, that's why. Just even with the case with these tunnels that they found that was built under the synagogues. If that was us, hell, if that was any other culture, that would have been handled totally different. They handled that with gloves. They handled that carefully with gloves, the police and all that. Make that make sense. If you're talking about they not respected, make that make sense. A lot of the judges, a lot of the lawyers, a lot of the man, y'all better do y'all due diligence. Y'all better do your due diligence. The point I'm making is we can't just see and we just push this whole conversation on them when I'm talking about us bettering us. The point of the whole thing is this. Without having power, we really have no voice. Without having substantial money and wherewithal and property, we have no power to have that voice. Until we stick and stay together and circulate our dollars amongst us, we have no voice. In order to gain a voice, we have to look both at our past to when we could not step outside of our communities and what we did then to flourish. And then also look at those communities, races, and cultures that are doing it now and see how they are doing them, push both together, squeeze out the bullshit, squeeze out the garbage, and keep those components that we need, put them into a machine and make it happen for our people. That's it. It's Ray B. They weren't always rich, Ray. They weren't always rich. They were not. Most of them came over here with the clothes on their back. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. Most of them, and then they want to talk about the Rockefellers and this, that, and the third. How did they gain their wealth? They gained their wealth through bootlegging, liquor, and other things. They didn't come over here. The Rockefellers didn't start out prosperous in that light. They made their way in a certain way. If you look at the Kennedys, the father, JFK's father, Robert Kennedy, their father, heavy in the bootlegging. That's how they got their money. Ray, if you sitting there stupid, I know who you are, Ray, too. If you sitting there stupid looking for a reparation, then you're going to be sitting there twiddling your thumbs looking stupid on your porch, growing old and dumb, looking for somebody else to do something for you that you can go out and do for yourself. Keep looking for a reparation. Keep looking for a reparation. Keep looking for something. Keep looking for somebody to do something for you. And you're going to be still dumb, deaf, and blind looking for a handout. Those people are treacherous. Lady Costanita, that's the point right there. That's the point of it right there, Lady Costanita. They stick together and we don't. They stick together and we don't. Ray, and whoever else, if you can't get that part through your head, if that part don't resonate with you, they stick together and we don't. They most times, Bacardi brought up one little piece of something going to the rabbi. They a lot of times deal with their own issues internally. We don't. They tolerate what they want to tolerate in their communities, and what they don't want to tolerate, they don't. Jamie said, how much we collecting this morning? Understand this. You can agree with you can establish true. You can agree or disagree with the group of people that I'm speaking on. Fine. That's cool. But if you don't see the nugget, the gem, the jewel within the purpose of what I'm speaking on, I can't help you. I can't help you with that. Again, I'm not speaking to glorifying one community or another. All I'm saying is you take from any situation that you've been given, anything that you see, you take the nugget, the gem, the jewel, the knowledge to be gained out of it, and you take and you apply it, you learn it, you apply it to your life, adapt it where necessary, and you take action to bring it to fruition in your world, whether it starts in your household, with your family, to your block, to your community, to the broader sense of everything. That's it. And that, to bring this full circle, that's where Malcolm X and Martin Luther King were getting to. They had ideology differences as to how shit should happen, how people should go about doing things, how we should operate as a people, and who was doing what to us, and whether we should tolerate and or be inclusive of other people. They were varying sides of a coin. But what they were trying to do in the end, which made them a threat, i.e., what Bacardi was saying about the black man, was the coming together of two entities that had a certain power amongst our people. Which if they were able to fully get together and make that thing one, who's to say where we be now? Who's to say where we be now? But we're so influenced. By the dumb ish we see on the internet. Who's wearing a bust down watch of bullshit of moissanite and all this other crap that they don't even realize they got on their wrist. To who's got this woman or that woman? How many BBLs this person or these people are getting? How, like the dumb stuff, which we all are entertained by to a certain degree, which brings this full circle about balancing out the intake of what you were doing. If you still doing what you was doing in 2023 with no evolution, with no extension, no difference, no not bringing you closer to your passion, your purpose, doing more for your legacy and your family, then what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Pookie and Ray never. When people look like you, they get better help and navigate through life each. Vino Diva, that's not true. That's not true, because on the one hand, I'm gonna take a moment to address that. I'm a 70s baby. I was born in the 70s. Whereas I'm too dark for a certain culture and maybe too light for another culture. Well, light skin versus dark skin was definitely a thing. I moved outside of that because of who I was. I ain't had no problem with throwing my hands, win, lose, or draw. People have come to learn people have come to gravitate towards me, not because of this, but what I'm exuding, good, bad, or indifferent. And what does the color of my skin, the color of your skin, the color of somebody darker than both of us or somebody lighter than both of us got to do with us coming together as a people and doing the things that reignite and rebuild our communities? What does that's stupidity. I'm not calling you stupid, but that's the mentality. That's one portion of the mentality that keeps us splintered, that keeps us broken. Light skin versus dark skin. Yes, at times, maybe light skinned people have gotten a little bit more preferential treatment and dark skinned people didn't at a time. Not so much no more. It still happens here and there. But what does that have to do? Why does that have to become a thing to where stay a thing? You know how they always, let me say this. You know how they always say we paying attention to the wrong things while there's other things, bigger fish to fry, more important issues to really pay attention to. Us worrying about light skin and dark skin things or light skin and brown skin things keep us away from the bigger picture. Keep us away from the fact that we have no power structure. Keep us away from that we really are so below the wealth in the wealth divide because of our own undoing. And instead of worrying about, hey, how can we overcome our shortcomings? How can we get out from under? How can we get ahead? How can we become a power structure? We worried about the smaller things of life. I can only speak on what I understand. Anything else is air. I can dig that pretty passion fruit, and that's pretty dope. However, you shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't be afraid to learn more. Nobody should, not just you, but me. Anybody shouldn't be afraid to learn more out of this life. Some people don't only need a Black history lesson; they need a history lesson. Period. That's a fact. That's a fact too, Night Rider. He said when we stuck together and built up our communities, white people burnt our communities to the ground. We got a greater wherewithal these days than we did then. We have a greater wherewithal these days than we did then. We have access to a lot more these days than we did then. Now I'll say this, Night Rider. Now we don't, how can I put this? Now they don't come in with torches. They don't come in with torches and burn down our communities. They set things in motions that burn down and tear up our communities, allowing drugs to come in, allowing certain activities to happen, pitting this race against this people, Black people against brown people and Black people against Asian people, this, that, and the third. They pit us against us. They infiltrate and they push saboteurs into our community. They help keep us divided. Those are the torches that are being lit now, that are tearing down our communities. What we gonna do about it, though? What we gonna do about it? J-Man, I'm not. Y'all act like my mother is white and my father is Black or vice versa. That's far from it. That's far from it. It's still positive vibes. It's still positive vibes. Ray, if that's your sentiment, go get up out of here then. He said we need to get up out of this stolen country. Stolen from who? I know it was stolen from some of my people too. So why I need to go? Funny, that part right there. It happens. Colorism does happen. Let's be clear. Colorism does happen. However, if that's what's more important to you than rebuilding our community, then shame on you. If colorism is such a stronghold on your life and your world that it stands in front of the importance of rebuilding our communities and gaining structure in our communities and gaining wealth in our communities, then shame on you. Charlie Hustle again. That's it right there. Today is Dr. King Day. Phil's point was us coming together, taking care of our community, and being proud of our history. And going and getting to a place that we haven't gotten to as of yet in 2024. In our personal lives, in the bigger scope of things as a family and as community. That's it right there. That's it. I'm not taking it personal, Vino. I'm not taking it personal. Who says this is not our own land, Ray? Who says this is not our land? Maybe you need to learn your ancestry a little bit more. Maybe you need to learn where you come from a little bit more. Maybe you need to learn what these land masses looked like before they were separated into North America, South America, Africa, and things of that nature. Maybe you need to learn a little bit more. If I'm not mistaken, you're a younger dude. If I'm not mistaken, maybe you need to do more research and due diligence. That's right. That's it right there. Pros, my cons. And salute for being here. I'm sorry. I apologize if I didn't speak. I feel like we don't know how to celebrate each other. No regarding Pretty Paul's land said, I don't see you preaching to white people, though. Let that set in for a minute. What do I say? What was one of the things I said at the end of my show? I'm not anti-you, but I'm pro-me, with the emphasis on building me. I'm about building our community. I'm about us progressing. I'm not trying to step on the neck or the back or spit on another race or culture or creed. In doing so, I'm not for that. I'm trying to help implement some repairing of what is torn in our community, no regarding Pretty Paul's land. So no, I'm not here to preach, talk, or speak to initially other races and cultures. If they in the room, cool. But I'm here to speak on us, to us. This is a family conversation. That's a fact. Pretty passion fruit. Vino Diva. Y'all. Lord. Why should, let me ask you a question. Vino Diva, you got children? If you have children, who's the first person you gonna lecture? You gonna go lecture your neighbor's kids, or you gonna go lecture kids across town or uptown, downtown, or in another state, or you gonna lecture your children in your house, the people that are closest to you. You're gonna talk to and lecture those people that are closest to you. My people should be those that are closest to me, right? So why should I be lecturing to somebody else? Make that make sense, especially when they don't have the same problems that we have. Even the mentality that I need to be speaking to them and not to us. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Lord have mercy. No, regarding, I'm not telling you to chill on some color stuff in the scheme of that racism ain't racism. What I'm saying is, if we are all of one race, no matter what our skin tone is, it shouldn't mean nothing over the greater good of our communities. When you got other persuasion, other skin tones that don't like us, that's what you're missing. What? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Notorious. Notorious. I love the fact that everybody's chiming in on this one. I do, and it makes for these conversations that we having would make for a series of conversations that need to be had. That need to be had. Thank you, Sarah Lynn. Thank you, Sarah Lynn. I think the young buck don't know, Sarah Lynn. I think Ray need to go do his due diligence and read a book or two. Do his due diligence. The way that he's even speaking, just to get to convey his thought process, shows that he needs some more understanding of some things. I don't have all the answers either. Let's be clear. I don't have all the answers. I'm not the end all be all. But things that I'm saying should make you want to go research some things. Things that people are saying in the comments should make you want to research some things. Ray, I'm far from lost in this. I've lived more of a life than you, Ray. I've lived more of life than you, Ray. I've experienced the light skin, dark skin thing, Ray. I've experienced poverty and having money, Ray. I've experienced doing good in this world and doing bad in this world, Ray. I've been persecuted by others and the judicial system, Ray. I'm not just speaking from somebody that's just been in my area and been there alone, but been around the U.S. in different areas and seen different things. Trust me. Trust me. You are very useful on the what? I'm not getting what you're saying. What you mean, pretty passion fruit? That's it right there, Lady Coach Anita. Why would I be speaking to another race or culture about our internal business that we need to get right? Y'all have activated the Reverend Dr. If two of your kids are fighting, do you tell one of them or both of them to chill? Both. But the key word is your children. Your children. Your children in your house. So then again, if you want to take the light skin, dark skin conversation, you tell both sides of that to chill. The people that's doing right in our communities and doing wrong, we need to tell them to both chill and come together. People that got more money in our community and people that ain't got a whole lot of money, tell them to chill. Come together in our community. You get it. Are you getting it now? No regard. We can't worry. Listen, if we can't come together enough to fight against the things that come against us as a community, what good are we? What do we need to do? We need to get in the gym and train, so to speak. Train this to learn how to do some things that come together so that we can fight against racism, so that we can fight against the bullshiggery that comes against us from other And I think that's the point that some of y'all are missing. That's the crazy part about it. I think some of y'all are really missing that. But guess what? Have at it. Simply Nate, why you think keep saying comment? It comes down to individuals. We are all individuals. Yes, we are all individuals and we all are different, Ray. But even as individuals and being different, there are certain things that are inherent inside of our DNA and inside our blood that makes us one. And on top of that, our experiences, though some of them are different, our culture should make us one. The want for us to be in a better light, in a better situation as a people should make us one, but it doesn't. Where in other cultures it do to a certain degree and to a greater degree. Oh, it said calm is activated. Lady Costanita, that's a fact. That's a fact. Wait, we are not just going to attack Phil. This is my thing, right? You said, look what's going on in Palestine. Right now, Palestine and everything that's going over there is a foreign issue. How can we weigh in? How can we weigh in more on what's going on over there before we weigh in and work to affect change in our own community here, so that when we do speak on foreign issues and relations, that voice it makes sense and has more of a power in other people's business. Make that make sense. Twitter figures. Who is Pretty Passion Fruit talking to? I must not be seeing somebody's comments or something. Because Pretty Passion Fruit is going in, ain't she? I'm not in those cultures to know that. Are you? Everyone got their own BS. We all got our own shortcomings, Ray. We do. But should they be a catalyst for us to stay divided, though? Ask yourself that. Should they be a catalyst to keep us divided? It's about 16 of y'all arguing, Phil, and they hit the like button. All arguing. Our arguments are canceled till you do so. I'm not. It's all good. The reality is that we need people willing to fight on multiple fronts. Racism is systematic in this country. Ray can lead the fight. Sarah Lynn. Others can fight for equality in other spaces. Bro, I don't want to pause this dash. What? Dash gang. What? That part, Night Rider. I get that, Lady Costanita, but if we ain't ready for the war that's already here, if we're not ready for the war that's already here, how much more are we gonna be ready for any war that visits the shores of the United States on the backs of the BS that the country's doing? Phil, when you get a chance, Google Amilcar Cabral. He was the MLK for Cape Verde and Guinea. I sure will. Send that to my inbox, Miss A Block, if you would. I'm talking to Ray. Oh, Pretty Passion. Yeah. I'd love to hear this young man speak. Hey, trainer, listen. Let me ask y'all this. What's today? Monday. How would y'all feel like coming back, say around 2:00? Who is this? Who is Tano? Who is that? Let me see your face. Ray? Okay, I got you. How would y'all feel about coming back and like digging deeper into some of these conversations a little bit later too? Because I got to take my son to the basketball court. What's up, Ray? Hold on 1 second, brother.
What up?
How would y'all feel like coming back and doing like a special segment or tap in on a lot of these topics around 2:00? I know, Shaw. I just gotta take my son somewhere. I gotta take him to practice, so I can't just stick and stay. I gotta do what a father need to do. You know what I'm talking about? But what's up, youngster? How old are you?
Shit, I'm 26. You know I fuck with you, Phil. You know I fuck with you, bro.
I know.
You feel me? At first, I was like, I don't know how to feel, but I fuck with Phil. You feel me? But that's what I'm trying to say.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at anything you're saying. I'm just saying I feel as though that in your growth, in your development, you still have a little bit more experience to experience. And maybe, I don't know your background, and I don't know how educated you are or aren't, but I think that also that you might need a little bit more seasoning education-wise, as far as your own, like going to research some things or whatever. Because, yes, a lot of the things you said are true and have happened, and but we can't let those stop us from being the better us that we can be. We can't stay looking so far. We can't stay looking out our window that we forget what's going on inside our house. Because then we become lost.
No, I get that, but that's why I think it comes down to like our history specifically. Like we don't necessarily have a history like most other people do. Specifically, people who, because we're not from this land. If you're Korean, you have people that have been there for thousands of years, hundreds of years, that have built this culture for you. And you've had that. You know who you are. None of us, any of us that were born American, we have no clue what our true culture is, unless you're Italian, Irish, like German, like Ghanaian, Jamaican, like Trinidad. It doesn't matter what you are, Hispanic, from Spain. If you are born in America, the likeliness of you knowing your history is very low. When it comes down to other countries, they have history that dates back in their family 100 to 200 years on average. The average person knows their great-great-grandmama's name, their great-great-granddaddy's name. In
I know
America,
mine.
we don't have that. But
I know mine.
I get that. That's you. And like you said, you're older, so you probably had time to go and do that. But was that an easy thing for you to do?
Well, the last part of what you said, yes, because I've met these people and I was taught these things. Whereas in this day and age, a lot is not being passed down in the same manner as when I was coming up.
Yeah,
and that's part of what we need to get back to. Because if we don't know where we come from or where we come from, not just the slavery side of it, but everything before that, then we don't know what we need to be or where we need to go. And that's the thing. We can't just wait for somebody to here's $100,000 to you, Ray. I owed you.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying the Jews. That's what happened with the Jews. Let's be real. Some shit happened. They got a whole land to go to, and let's be real. That's what happened. Let's not sit here and act like Jewish people weren't persecuted in the Bible and shit. They was not up all the time. They was not always up. Once they got up, they put their foot down and they never got down again.
That's another argument. That's another argument, because I'm not even talking about those Jewish people. I'm talking about the Jewish people that came from where they came from to here right before, during, and after the Holocaust. Those are the group of Jewish people I'm talking about. They didn't come here. Most of them didn't come here with silver spoons in their mouth. Most of them came here with clothes on their back and maybe a suitcase. They had to find a way to get out from under, whether they did it the right way or the wrong way. And then what they did was they took and learned how to infiltrate the system, to become judges, to become lawyers, to become accountants. They learned the laws and statutes of the system and learned how to work the hell out of it to get the wealth that they have for real estate, through insurance and other things. That's the part of what I was saying that we need to glean information from. Not necessarily them as a people, because we all got our own bullshit in every race and culture that can be excluded from being looked up to, period. White, black, and everything. All has our own bullshit with us that we can exclude, looking up to that like that's something to be applauded. But what you do is you take from any culture, any race, any powerful person or thing, the positive or the things that can build us. You take those elements and you learn them, adapt them, implement them the best way that you can to fit what you need. Because there was a time that even though when people want to talk about slavery, this and that, and third, and Jim Crow, this and that, and the third, there was a time where we were left out of everything, where we couldn't go to certain white neighborhoods, when we couldn't do certain things, that we had to flourish amongst ourselves. And we did it in such magnitude that made them even more mad, and they tore down our communities. Could that happen the same way today? No. And I was speaking to that, I forget who said it earlier. I said, but they doing it in different ways, because they got saboteurs, they got people that infiltrate, that actually help to keep us divided. What are we going to do about it, though? We can talk about it all day long, or whatever the case may be. But Ray, I want you to come back 2:00 Eastern Standard Time, y'all. If y'all are not busy, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna sit in this chair. We're gonna have a conversation. I don't know what I'm gonna title it yet. It's not gonna be the Good Morning Gang. Maybe it'll be the first episode of the Tapping. Who knows? But we need to have these conversations on a day like today to be great, because there's so many elements and it can go on for a couple of hours. I do have to do what I have to do as a father, so I apologize about that. Ray, come back if you would.
Thanks.
Come back.
I'll be here.
I appreciate you.
Alrighty.
Field number 8, y'all are bugging. Listen, understand this, right? Through this all, I hope y'all understand that I'm not trying to give light and glorification to no other group or whatever the case may be. What I am is trying to spark the interest to find out more about you and more about the things that can make you a better you. We need our community. Our community is broken. We need family. Our family is broken. We need the marriages to get right between man and woman, whatever the case may be, in our communities. We need our households to be structured better. We need our kids to learn more and be encouraged to do more positive things than negative things. I gotta go take my son to but I want to say this. Through all the shenanigans, disagreeing and agreeing, etc., smile, because you never know what it might do for somebody. And don't leave just because I'm saying this, because I want to play something to take us out that I think resonates in more ways than one. But hold on, let me take this off. Smile, because you never know what it might do for smile, because you never know what it might do for somebody, including yourself. Thank you, Michelangelo. More importantly, love on somebody on purpose, with purpose. More importantly to that, I'm not anti-you, I'm pro-me, with the emphasis on building we. Let that marinate in your melons, in your brain particles. Until the next time we can chop it up and have a tay-to-tay. Until that day, I'ma holler. Before I go, though, I got to play this. It has a little DC flavor to it, but it resonates for the day.
I just want to do God's will. I just want to do God's will. I just want to do God's will. I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with it. To the northern night. To the northern night. And we as a people will get to the promised land. I just want to do God's will.
I hope that Reds could build that out and make it a whole song, because that thing resonates so deep. Listen, at the end of the day, we all have been through so much. We have been through so much, and we have a ways to go, personally in our own personal lives and collectively as a community and or as a race or races that are attached to us. Don't lose sight on what's necessary. Don't lose hope over the traumas and tribulations of the past. And don't lose your optimism on love and the progression that needs to be there and that could be there amongst us as people. without all the hoopla and the shenanigans and all the pomp and circumstances, I pray that you all do what's best for you and your household, you and your people, you and your community. And I hope that y'all will come back at 2 o'clock. I'll put something together, put it on IG. Hopefully y'all will pass it around and share it or whatever, so we can make this a greater conversation. My word ain't the end all be all. Your word ain't the end all be all, but the conversations are necessary and needed. We can't be afraid of it. Even the things we don't want to hear, even the things that don't settle or sit right with us, we got to have those conversations. That's how we get closer to being on that one accord, to be able to do something and move as a unit. I hope to see y'all back here at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If y'all can make it, cool. If y'all can't, I can dig it. But for those that come back, we're going to talk about it. We're going to have a taste. We're going to have a taste. We'll have a taste. Sorry about that. That's a fact, Young Dreads. I appreciate y'all. Listen, I got to go do what I got to do. I got to take my son to practice. But I love all of y'all indifferently. I love all of y'all on purpose, with purpose. And I want to see us all. I want to see us all do something great. Be something great. Leave a legacy. And if you're going to entertain BullShiggery and whatever, let it have its own place. But make sure you doubly or triply or quadruply soaking up more relevant, more pertinent, more positive, more needed forms of media, entertainment, knowledge, wisdom, etc. On that note, y'all, how about them Cowboys? It's your boy Big Phil Speaks. It's the Good Morning Gang Morning Show. Listen. What time is that in Cali time? 2 o'clock Cali time would be 11 o'clock for y'all, Vino Diva. 11 o'clock. I love you too, Vino. Y'all be easy though. Y'all be blessed. Have at it. Have at it.